Hey, good evening, everybody. How are you? Hey, Dana, Fred, Sam, Gary, Z, Chip, Gwen, D-Back, Val. Sorry, that's all I can see. Anybody else up there? Howdy, how are you? Hope everybody's doing well this evening on this, what is it? Tuesday, January 24th, 2023. Hello, James. How are you? Hawk, how you doing? Okay. Beautiful day here. We're supposed to have 6 inches of snow when I wake up in the morning, so yay. I shouldn't complain. There's members here that have quite a bit more snow than we're going to get. So yes, Sam, yes, the recorder's running, so thank you very much. Sometimes I need those reminders there. Yep, thank you very, very much. Okay, let's just give it a minute here and we'll get started. In the meantime, hey, let's go take a look at Microsoft reported today. Let me turn this on right here. There we go. Microsoft ran up, and I see it's pulled back a little bit, but we'll certainly keep our eyes on that tomorrow. That could be kind of a game changer. Could be. So we'll definitely keep our eyes on that for sure. Yeah, Hawk. It's that white stuff, yeah. I was hoping that I left that behind a few years back, but evidently not. So, okay, let's get started here tonight. I'm gonna, among other things, because I can't possibly make an hour about what I think is and this almost hurts me to say this. What I think is probably the best indicator that I've ever have run across. I think it's just fabulous. Now, from what I understand, and I only use one software. I don't go out and try other softwares. From what I understand, this indicator can't be found anywhere other than on TC2000. Let me post a link out here if anybody was thinking about downloading TC2000 or anything. Here is a link for you. Push click. There we go. There we are. To my knowledge, it's only on TC2000. For those of you that don't have TC2000, I'll explain everything I can possibly explain. Perhaps you could find it somewhere else. I doubt you'll find it anywhere else by the name T2123. This is it right here, T2123. And I'll talk more about that, a bit more about that in here just a bit. First of all, let's talk about the market just a tad, okay? So today looks like we had an inside. Well, it doesn't look like we did. We had an inside day on the SPY. Now I generally only follow the SPY. I'll look at IWM, the Qs, the diamonds, but I find that if I just stick with one, it just keeps me in a more stable place. Not that I don't look at them, but I do just follow the SPY for the most part. In here, just the SPY. So here I see an inside day. We have a morning star set up a couple days ago, and we do have follow through of that morning star. We do have, get my tools out, there we go, and we'll make this red so you can see it. We do have a nice little cup and a little handle trying to get itself kicked off. Now you can see there's a whole lot of resistance up here. We could still find a lot of bullish disappointment. Here. And that's what we've got to watch for, okay? Thank you, everybody, for answering and helping Bo out there. I appreciate it. That's what we've got to watch for. So I want to talk a little about the market in general And this is really going to go to using this indicator that I'm going to show you. A lot of members, you already know what it is. Many of you already use it. But one thing about the market, one thing about trading is I think a person as a trader has to decide what is it your, what is your time for trading. And I don't mean like 5 minutes or 15 minutes or an hour or a week or 2 weeks or 6 weeks. It's not up there yet, Gary. I'll show you here in a sec, okay? And I'll show you everything I can about it. Absolutely. But I think once a person establishes the way they want to trade, to give you an example, I'm a short-term swing trader. I'm not a long-term investor. If you're a long-term investor, actually, I think this indicator would benefit you. And I'll show you how you might use it long-term. However, I don't do that, but I'll show you how it might benefit you a little bit there. But with short-term swing trading, let's just take a look at the market. For instance, if we just look at the weekly chart here, take a look at the weekly chart. If you're trading long-term to the bullish side, we haven't quite broke out to that. Oh, come on, we're almost there. We're not quite there. We're close. Unfortunately, you can see on the weekly chart, we're still under the 50-period moving average here. That gives me a little hesitancy to be like a full-fledged bull, although I would love to be, to tell you the truth. Anybody that knows me, and I'm not ashamed of it. I'm not bashful. I'll step right out there. I like trading bullish. I certainly can, and I do, and I will trade bearish. I don't have a problem, but I would rather trade bullish. And that's probably true with about 97% of all traders out there, to tell you the truth. So, if you actually did a survey to all the traders, and I talked to an awful lot of traders, most people would rather trade bullish, but that doesn't matter. Anyway, I don't think we're quite there yet. We're not quite there. We could be. If you're a bear and you're looking at that downtrend, and I'll show you this indicator how you can see that the power is with either the bulls or the bears, and you'll be able to see that. I do use the red and green dots on it, and that helps me with looking what direction is that power, is that price action going here. Anyway, I'm getting a little off sidetrack. A couple things I want to look at. Look how close we are right here. Look how close we are. This dotted blue line right here, that's the 50-period moving average, and this is the 200-period moving average, this red one. Look how close we are to a golden cross. That's something I'm watching for. Check out the diamonds here. The diamonds did that back here. Where was it? December 14th. We did that golden cross. And even though the price action here doesn't look that great, the fact is it's still, the 50-period moving average is above the T line here. Take a look at XLI. The 50-period moving average is above the 200-period moving average. XLP, the 50 above the 200. XLB, 50 above the 200. So I'm trying to share here, this part of tonight, is follow the charts. That really is what I want to get across here, is simply follow the chart. One of the best things that I know of that a person could look at is a chart that looks like this right here. Now, the red and green dots, that means an awful lot to me, and you'll see that on the indicator that I'm going to show you. Again, all the members know what it looks like. But if you just follow that right there, let me give you an example. If you were, let's see, where's it at? Here it is. If you were bearish, recession fears, rate hike fears, all those fears, and I totally get that. I really, really do. But if you were bearish, and if you have I'll say a relatively small account, less than $1 million, that may be a little blown out of proportion. Well, you just about went broke right there. And I know I'm looking at XLB. Let's see, SPY. There's the SPY. Like I said, if you have a small account and you're trading on the fears and not the chart, you're damn near broke right there. And same with somebody that's a forever bull. If you have a relatively small account, then if you're a bull thinking that we're just going to go, well, you're darn near broke right now. So what I'm just trying to show is trade with the chart. Don't worry about the fears out there. Don't worry about any rate hikes. Don't worry about what the Feds are going to do, because you can't change it. You can't change what the Feds are going to do. You can't. You just simply can't do that. So we have the ability to reach in our toolbox and grab tools that are really, really good. I mean, excellent tools. And I know here at Hit Run Candlesticks and Right Way Options, live trading alerts, that we have created tools simply just using the chart that you see in front of us. We have put things together, one indicator with this indicator, or with this price action on top of some other whiz-bang something in the charts, and we've come up with terrific ways to look at the chart. 3/8 trap is one of the most popular things. The T-line's been around for years now, and it was years ago when I created the T-line and the idea behind it. Things like that, setups like the rounded bottom breakout, the pinball setup, those type of things have just been just amazing. And you can do that with just a simple chart right here. Sometimes it takes a little practice, and sometimes you a lot of trial and error until it works out here. So let me answer some questions here, and then we'll talk about this indicator. Okay. Let's see here. Is it the parabolic SAR? No, it's called T2123. Here, let me do this right here. If you Google TC2000 T2123, this is exactly what you're going to get right here. Okay, this is simply the difference between the number of issues reaching new highs during a 4-week period and the number of issues reaching new lows during the same 4-week period. Research results reveal a slight bullish tendency at extreme high readings and a slight bearish tendency at extreme low readings. However, results were not significant enough to warrant reliance on the indicator for market timing purposes. Well, I call BS on that, and I'll prove it to you. And for those that during the day in the trading room that use it or have seen it, I think you could be my witnesses here, and please, if you would, be my witnesses on this. That this thing this thing is a worthwhile indicator. Now, with that said, that almost hurts me to say that, because I have been a indicator hater for so long. I just about went broke a couple of times because I was using indicators and not price action. So, you know, instead of taking ownership, I blamed the indicators. Well, over the years, I've taken ownership of that, but I refuse to use indicators. I just don't feel they work, to tell you the truth. But, you know, every trader has to use what you have to use. So it's got to be a couple years, maybe 3 years ago, one of our members, Sean G., many of you know who Sean G. is, turned me on to this indicator, this T2123, and he gave me, you know, his examples. I mean, we chatted back and forth several times. Well, I put it on another monitor here and I watched it. And even one point, I even turned it off because it was just hard for me to get in touch with an indicator. Well, I brought it back and watched it, and I probably fooled around with it for, I don't know, 6-8 months maybe before I even told anybody that I was looking at it. I kept it kind of a secret over here just because I didn't believe it. I didn't trust it. And it took me a long time to trust it. Took me a long time. Well, then I started introducing it a little bit out to the trading room, and it has become now, according to some traders, the best thing since sliced bread. Some traders, it has turned their trading around. I know for me personally, it helps with my trading. I love it. It goes into every trade I make, the consideration. And I'm going to show you, I did it today, I think, for the first time in the room. I think it was today I did it, maybe it was yesterday the first time. But like a 4-point check for the trade you're looking at. And I'll show you how I do that. So I want to show you one more slide. And that's all the only slides. These first 2 slides is all we're going to look at here. And this is what comes up on TC2000. You know, if you Google T2120 or TC2000 space T2123, this is what you'll come up with right here. Well, this is my definition of it, which is exactly the same as theirs, except I only use the 15-minute period, not the 4-week, and I use the 60-minute period, not the 4-week. So I just adjust the time frame instead of, or I adjust it to a 15-minute time frame or a 60-minute time frame. The majority of the time, and I do mean the majority of the time, I probably hang with the 15-minute time frame. Now, I trade from a daily chart, and the 15-minute I have found works very well for a swing trader, and the 60-minute works very well. I had somebody ask me the other day, can you use 30-minute? Sure, why not? Excuse me. You can use whatever time frame you want. Sean, the person that showed me this is what they use, and I've never changed from that. I've poked around a little bit, different time frames, but I always come back to the same thing that I've been doing, the 15-minute and the 60-minute. And I'll show you both of those. We can look at other time frames. The key to this will be, if you use it, the key will be to be comfortable with it, because you've got to build trust, and you've got to build trust with it. So it's not something you're going to go out there and tomorrow you're going to, a whiz-bang It's not going to turn your trading around tomorrow. No indicator does that. So please don't anyone think that this is some magic. It can be magic, but it takes time to learn how to make it magic, okay? Trust is probably the biggest thing, the trust, and it took me a long time to do that. Okay, enough of this. Let me put this over here. There we go. All right, so this is the right here. Let's just do this right here. This is a good setup, and let me share with you the. Well, let's do this. Let's look at a chart here. Let's say let's take a look at VAL, VALE. Okay, and I'm going to get rid of that, and let's just put VAL up here, VALE. All right. So I'm going to make this a little bigger just for show and tell tonight, right down here. This is the T2123. I'm going to put this on the 15-minute chart. And I've got my TC2000 set up that if I change this time frame on any one of these two windows below, there's a 3-bar chart, it changes on both time frames. Both charts change whichever one I want to click on, the same thing. So we're looking at the 15-minute chart for T2123. We're looking at the 15-minute chart on UVXY. And this is just the chart of any chart you want to look at, all right? And I promise any questions, I'll get to those, okay? So what I'm looking at, and this is, I hope you can see this. Let's make that maybe bigger. And let's make, there you go. Now you can maybe see this. When we have price action that we're above that trend indicator, what this is saying, it's the cumulative 4-week new high low is what it is. If you change it to a 15-minute, what it is, it's a cumulative 15-minute new high, new low is what it is. So it's measuring the power. How many stocks, is there a majority of the stocks making new highs, or is the majority of the stocks making new lows? I want the easiest possible way to trade. I don't want to make it difficult. And I assure you, this T2123, I tried to complicate it. I truly tried to complicate it because I couldn't believe that something could work out so well. I couldn't believe that it was something so simple. I just could not believe it. Sean told me it was, but I would not believe him. Nope. And it was just because I was an indicator hater. Still an indicator hater, except for this one. So I have found that when we start to turn bullish, basically the green dots or price, by the way, the green dots and the red dots, that's nothing more than the 17 exponential moving average. Okay, so there's no magic there. It is just the 17 EMA. That's all it is. We just figured out a clever way on TC2000 to make a moving average green or red dots depending on where price is. Price below the 17, the dots were red. Price above the 17, the dots turn green. That's, that's simple. So I use that with this T2123, and you can, if you go back and we'll look at the market as well. But when this thing starts turning green, you'll see the market is moving up. Whether you trade this way or not, I doubt anybody can make an argument that that's not a better way to trade, even though you might not do it. But if the market is moving up, that's where you want to be bullish. If the market's moving down, that's where you want to be bearish. In any bullish market, there's going to be bearish trades. In any bearish market, there's going to be bullish trades. Well, if you want to fight those, if you want to go out there and be Marshall Dillon from Gunsmoke and be a gunslinger on dirt streets, well, go ahead. I mean, if that's what you want to do. But I can tell you, all my years of trading, and there's a whole lot of other people that agree with me on this, Go where the power is. Follow the power. And this is a really good indicator for following the power. I'm going to move over here to the hourly chart. And look at that. Look at the power here. So we're talking from, what is this, January 6th? And the candlesticks give you a little indication what might be going on. It doesn't mean just because you have candlestick, and this is one thing took me really, it really surprised me that I couldn't specifically use candlesticks on this. It just doesn't work out that way on this. In fact, you could probably put a line chart up there instead of candlesticks, and it probably will do the same thing. I just use candlesticks because I've always used that. But just because we have a pullback here doesn't, bearish candlesticks doesn't mean we're going to come crashing and burning to the downside. Just because you have a bullish reversal pattern doesn't mean you're going to go rocking to the upside. It's all about the trend here. This is important. So you can see how bullish we can be in the market. And here we got a little bit wacko. Now I got to tell you, let's see what this date is right here. This is January 18th. If we come over here to the 15-minute chart, January, wow. January, there we go. January 18th, there's the 15-minute. Now, there is no way in the world that I want to be bullish in the market on any trade. Not when I say market, I don't mean, like the SPY or diamonds or anything. I don't want to be bullish. I do not want to buy a bullish chart when we're looking like this. And sure, there are times where you could beat it. You can. But overall, you'll make far more money if you pay attention to this little indicator right here. If you are bound and determined to be bullish and not bearish, sit out. Just sit on your hands until this thing starts to turn. If you are determined to be bearish, and let's go back to that hourly, maybe look at this. If you're determined to be bearish in here somewhere, maybe, it could be, lately everybody hates the feds. Okay, no problem. I don't care how much you hate the feds. If this thing is green, don't be bearish. Well, I hope that made sense. Just I don't want to get into picking on the market or anything like that tonight. I really don't. Just if it'll take time to build trust, but I have found that it's insanely right. And all it is you're following the trend. It's just a way to follow the trend. All right. I'm sorry. I could preach on this for some time here. Let me answer some questions, and then I want to show you a kind of a 4-point system to look at it. Okay. What are the lines again? If you mean the lines up here, the dotted deuce, the 200, the 50, and that's the trend indicator. The black line is the T line up there, Dana. Misha, no, T2122 and T2123 is not the same. They are not the same. Two separate, I'll say T indicators from TC2000. Does a chart need to be on the weekly? No, you can put the chart on any time frame you want. The chart has nothing to do with any one of these two. This is T2123 down here. This is UVXY. It's just a VIX tool down here. And this is any chart you want to look at right here. We could look at AFL, for instance. And this chart has got nothing to do with these. They're totally independent. All I'm doing is I'm saying, hey, do I want to be long AFL? Well, I want to look at my 4-point system, okay? So here's what I might do, and I'll do that right now. I'm going to turn this to 15 minutes because I do keep it there most of the time. Now, one thing that I want to caution everybody on is the market is closed. And at the end of most days, this sort of, traders move around in the market. And with the earnings of Microsoft tonight, there was a lot of shifting in the market. So let's not put a lot of weight in these two red dots right here, okay? Excuse me. In the middle of the day, if these two dots were red, I would take them serious. But because this is the close of the day, and because, like I said, because of the Microsoft earnings tonight, I just think there was a lot of shifting in the market, and this might not be real. So we'll just see in tomorrow what happens. But right now, I'm going to assume that those are green. In fact, can I do that? No. Well, I'm not going to mess with it. Let's just assume they're green for a moment. So here's what I'm going to do to look at 4 things I want to look at. Number 1, I'm going to go to the SPY because that's what I follow. Is the SPY bullish or bearish? Just simply look at the chart. Maybe somebody will argue with me. I'm not going to debate that tonight. I'm going to call this bullish. We've got a bullish candle pattern. We've got a trend. I'm bullish, period. That's all I'm looking at. I'm not going to worry about resistance or anything. I'm just, what is it doing? It's bullish. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to AFL. This was point number 1. All right, what was it, AFL, AFLAC, yeah. All right, now what I'm going to do is my chart bullish. Well, if you're looking at it long, I would assume it is. So it's bullish. Now I'm going to come over here and I'm going to look at my T2123. Is it bullish? Remember, we're not going to count these 2 red bars for the close today. So let's just assume that they're green right here. Is it bullish? Yes. And then I'm going to come over here to UVXY because I want to check the fear of the market. And is it down? Yes, it is. So here's my 4 points. Now remember, the SPY, okay? We already looked at the SPY. So just let's just call that the SPY. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Does all that meet your criteria? If all that meets your criteria, then honestly, about 3/4 of the battle has already been fought. Now, you still have to know how to read a chart. Don't get me wrong. You can't just do these lines and wham, bam, make money in the chart. Just a second. Thanks. I need some water. You still have to be a chart reader. If you're not a chart reader, then you're not a trader. Don't waste your money. You're just going to lose money. So learn how to read a chart before you invest any money whatsoever in the market. Do your due diligence, do your time, do your education. You must be able to read a chart. Adding these 4 other elements, 3 other elements, the market, T2123 and UVXY, I have found it makes the world a difference. Now, I know a lot of people out there, you mark down, very detail orientated, which I think is fantastic. I wish I was more detail orientated. But if you go back and you're a detailed person, anybody that's not a detailed person, this won't matter to you. So, this would be a good time to get up, get something cold to drink, something hot to drink, whatever you want to do. For those that write down your trades, for those that write down your winners, your losers, and for those that write notes in there, for those that go back and do the work and look at your trades and try to figure out what did you do wrong, do this. If you went long a chart and it did not work, what was T2123 doing? If you went short a chart, win or lose, go look and see what T2123 was doing then. I got to tell you, it's an eye-opener. It is an absolute eye-opener. So just give it a shot. Okay, for those of you that went and got cold drinks, something hot drink, come on back now. If you're not keeping details, then none of that little section mattered to you. If you do keep details, that is very important to you. All right, sorry. Here I am babbling off again. Let's see. Can you post the code for the indicator? Gary, there is no code. If you have TC2000, just type, just like you're going to type a stock, just type T2123. There is no code. No code. Raj, I don't know if there's a code for TOS. I don't know. I don't use TOS. I've not had anyone come back to me and say, this is the code for TOS, or this is the code for NinjaTrader, or whatever. Okay? As far as I know, it is unique to TC2000. And if I'm wrong, I apologize. I'll make up for that. But as far as I know, it's unique to TC2000. Okay? Let's see here. Is this T2123 called the trend? No, it is not the Trendicator. It is no, it is not the Trendicator. I use the Trendicator as my moving average on there, but for that matter, you can use whatever moving average you want. In fact, you don't even have to use a moving average if you don't want to. You could do this. If you are a line drawer, you could draw lines, which you'll spend your day doing that. You could draw lines on there if you want, things like that. You could sit here and do this if you want. Because I'm lazy, and because I use the tools that I have that's available to me, then that's what I do. I use TC2000, or I use the Trendicator as my moving trend line. Okay, but they are separate. Can you use the Trendicator with T2123? That's exactly what I've done there. That's exactly what that is right there. The candles represent T2123. The dots just represents my moving average that I use, which is the 17 exponential. Thanks, John, for your post there. Appreciate it. There you go. Chuck's putting some information there about TC2000. Again, no code for TOS. Let's see. Just to clarify, number of stocks making 4-week new highs or lows you eliminate the 4-week. Okay. The indicator raw from TC2000 indicates the 4-week new high, new low. Just adjust your time frame to the 15-minute or 60-minute, or any time that works best for you. Here, let's move this to a daily. Look at that daily. If somebody's a long-term trader, remember I mentioned that earlier, it could work for long-term trading. Look at that. The problem with me is I'm not a long-term trader. I'm a swing trader, profit trader. So this is way too long for me. And I have found that the 15-minute works really, really well for the daily charts I use and for my trading. The hourly chart works very well. But by the time the hourly chart goes negative, I've already caught it on the 15-minute, and I've made the changes in my charts that I need to. So it's not like I'm a 15-minute trader. That's not it at all. I'm just using this to say the bulls in the market have stepped up, or the bears in the market have stepped up. In the trading room, the members will hear me say sometimes, like this right here. The bulls have given up the ball and the bears have picked it up. Well, that's exactly what has happened here. And then you'll hear me say, the bulls have now taken the ball back. And I absolutely do not pay attention to any kind of a breakout. It is strictly, where is price in relationship to the 17 EMA? That's what I use. I think Sean uses the 19 EMA. So you can play around with what you want. I played around with it. This is what I use. I don't look at any support and resistance on this. I've found that it's not valuable. All it is the power of the market is what it is. Who has the ball? The bulls, do they have the ball, or do the bears have the ball? And if you keep it simple, you will find that this works. Like I said, I complicated this up. I did. I complicated this thing like crazy, trying to, I don't know what I was trying to do. But this is pretty simple, and it works. Okay, let's see here. Is the trend indicator that is the trend indicator that Rick is showing based on the 8? No, it's the 17 GC. This is the 17, the dots. That's the 17 exponential moving average. Here, let's look at another. Let's look at CAT. See how CAT 17 EMA. So what I'm going to look at is the market bullish. Yes, we've already established that. And then, is this chart bullish? Yes. Are we bullish here? Remember, we're gonna go with it as yes. And then, is that bearish? Yes. So there's no fear building in the market. There's bullishness continuing to build in the market here. The chart is bullish. Now, do your chart work for your entry. Put your stops in. But at least you know when you're looking at this, that the power is with you. Power is with you rather than against you. Okay? Let's see, where are we? Let's see, CJ. So the T2123 is a market general, but the stocks are more like soldiers. Yeah, that would be a way to think about it. Yeah, the power of the market, the direction of the power. Yeah, who's got the ball, and then which direction is the army flowing, and then this is the soldiers. Yeah, I could make sense of that. Yeah. Let's see, GC, thanks. The reason I asked, because I don't see 17 EMA on the chart. No, yeah, you don't. Well, yeah, it's there. It takes two different indicators to create the red and green dots. It takes the 17 EMA, which is right here. See there it is. It cuts right through the dots. It takes that. I'm going to turn that back off. And then it takes what we call the trend indicator, which that's not what it's called on TC2000. It's called the volatility stop. We set that at 1010, just change it to green and red. And the data source, change that to the 17 EMA. So you're using the 17 EMA for the data to get to the volatility stop. We just call it the trend indicator. Yeah, there you go, Dana. Yeah, Dana's got it right there. The old lesson: don't fight the tape. You are 100% right. And I mean, I can't tell you the times I've done this, and I know other people have done this. The market, the power is to the downside. But by damned, you're determined to find a chart that you're going to trade long. I know I've done this, and I know other people have done this. And just the opposite. Here's the market going up, but because because you think the world's coming to an end because the rates are going to go higher or whatever, you're bound and determined to put a short on. But with that market going up, what you're finding is you hit a brick wall and you can't make a trade work. And it's the same over here. Don't fight the tape. Just don't fight it. If we here, this is a better picture. Let's do T2123 up here. Let's get rid of that. Okay, here, let's just back this down. All right, I'll leave all that other stuff up. Let's just back this down on time frames. It's like this right here. And I've said this in the room a couple times lately. If you were in the market, and you can go look at the market. I mean, it's fine by me. Because I know this is right. But if you were bound and determined to be short right here through all this, and you have a small account, you're screwed. You're broke. You're not going to make it. And just the opposite side right here. If you are bound and determined to be long, I mean, if you were just, hey, I'm going to be long and I don't care what anybody says, I don't care what the charts say. If we're doing this and you have a small account, you're broke. Now, if you have a big account, you can live through this stuff. You can do that. You can wait it out. But if you have a small account, you're done. You're cooked. It won't. You cannot keep doing that. If you are bound and determined to be long, short, you're cooked. You're goose. You're duck soup. Now, let's bring this down to an hourly. I'm not going to go down through every time frame. That'll be here all night. Now you can see where we have these little pullbacks, and this is where you can go look at the market. You go look at the market, and you'll see that the pullbacks are there. But overall, they were shallow. They weren't disaster. The hourly goes disaster here. It's not a good idea to be long. It's not. Like this right here, where it went down. This is not a good time to be long. Great time to be short. 15-minute. This is what the market's been doing the last few days. And that's exactly what it's been doing. So what I have found is this is faster than the market itself. So if I see this, and let's go with this right here, okay? So even though today, even though the market shifted around that last 15 minutes or so, okay, even though the market shifted around, I look at this right here, and I'm going to be very reluctant to buy something long. Very reluctant until we climb back above that line. And if you look at the SPY, if you look at the SPY here on the daily, and that's what I'm going to look at, I look at the SPY, that's a bullish chart to me. But if I see, here, let's come over here. All right, now let's go with the red dots, just the way we closed. So tomorrow, if we open up, and we open up just another, say, doji like this to the right, and this is red, I'm going to pump the brakes, slow down, because this is faster than this. This will tell a story quicker than this will. Price can be holding here, but if we're seeing weakness here, this will move a little bit slower. So it gives me that edge for trading. Even though I like this chart, I think the SPY is bullish right now. There's nothing about this chart that tells me that we're bearish. Nothing. Not at the close of today anyway. Now, tomorrow when we open, that could be totally different. You know, we open up down here, that's a different story. But based on what I see in the chart, that's bullish. Based on what I see on T2123, I'm going to pump the brakes just a little bit. Slow down. Slow down. Let this turn around. What does the hourly chart look like? Well, that's still bullish. It is. It is. But you're not careful, you'll lose a lot of money if you just count on that hourly. That's what I have found, okay? So I urge anybody that's going to use this or do this, use the TC2123. Take your time. You need to build trust with it. Is what it is. You need to watch it, spend some time with it, talk to it. You'll see what I'm talking about. But just don't go out there tomorrow and slam a trade out there just because it's green or red. Get to know it a little bit, okay? Oh, let's see here. What part is T2123? The price is T2123. For instance, here, if I come over here, I can go to my naked chart. No indicators whatsoever. T2123. That's T2123 right there. And I just have it set on candlesticks. I suppose I think at one time I had it on a line chart. There's your line if you want. I just thought of something I'll play with tomorrow. But anyway, I mean, you can use whatever works for you there. I'm a candlestick person, so I use candlesticks. And then just put a moving average with it. That's all you're doing. And I use the 17 EMA. Let's see here. Yeah, the indicator won't guarantee success. Yeah, this is not the Holy Grail. This is just something to help you. It's just one of those, it's part of the checklist is all it is. Where is the power right here? And I'm going to focus mostly on the 15-minute. Where is the power is what I'm going to look at. And that's what this helps with. Yeah, thanks, Malcolm. Appreciate it. Let's see, Dana, you get that, but the chart only has 17 and 8 daily EMA candles on it. What is T20? Oh. Well, if you Google TC2000 T2123, this is exactly what comes up, word for word. All right? I've already read this once. I'm not going to read it again. That's what it is. It measures, it's a cumulative 4-week new high-low ratio, and I just use 15 minutes as my chart. 15-minute and or 60 minutes. Okay? So, do you have TC2000, Dana? And you know what? It's too far down there for me to check. If you have TC2000, type in T2123. If you don't have TC2000, you need to get TC2000, or you're not going to get the T2123. If you're going to try to create it, good luck. Let me know, because I would love to share it with other people. Okay? Oh, let's see here. Gary, did you ever say trade what you see in the market today and tomorrow and be prepared for the unexpected? I might have said that, yeah. I might have said that. Let's see. Rick has a YouTube video. Thanks, Ken, for the trendicator. Z, I'm wondering if the 4-week high ratio meant for long-term traders. I don't know, guys. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know things like that, nor do I research stuff like that. I don't care about stuff like that. I really, really don't, okay? I know how to read a chart. I know how to time a chart. To me, that's all trading is. And any kind of tools that I can use to help tell me, predict. You know, we always say never predict the market. really, that's just a load of crap. We predict the market every single day. Now, I think the further out you get, it is very hard to predict it. But if you are trading candlesticks and you're trading the chart, that's exactly what we're doing. I mean, if you look at this, here, let me pull this down just a little bit. There we go. If you're trading Val here, well, you can come up with whatever you want for targets up there. But if you do something like this, there's nothing magic about this Fibonacci tool that I'm using here. It's just a Fibonacci tool. It's not going to guarantee you success. It's not going to guarantee you success at all. It's not going to do that. But we put targets up there because we like targets. We're buying this chart because we like this chart. What are we doing? We're predicting the future. And in case we're wrong, what are we going to do? We're going to put a stop in there. So predicting the future, we do it every minute of the trading day. That is our life. Admittedly, the longer term you get out, I think it's much harder to predict the future. But doing this short term, I think it's very easy to predict the future. You can be wrong, and believe me, I'm wrong plenty enough. And I want whatever tools can help me do that. I have found that this is a very, very useful tool to help predict the short-term future. Okay, let's see. Thanks, GC. Thank you very much. Linear regression indicator would work. Then you could certainly try that, Mark. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. We could put, I don't think I've ever done that. We could put linear regression on the TC. There it is. I can't talk and do two things at one time. Oh no, that doesn't work on there. I'll be darned, did I do something wrong? Oh, there it is. Okay. Yeah, that wouldn't work for me. You could put linear regression on there, and you could find what works for you maybe. I don't think that would work for me. Yeah, that wouldn't work for me. I can tell you that right now. Because I want the average of it, a little slower. Good idea though, but it might work for you somehow. Let's see, AB, how often has T2123 been divergent? I don't know, go look. I don't do that stuff. I really don't. I don't look at divergence. I'm a short-term swing trader. I look at trend, and I look at price action. When the bulls have the power, that's when I'm more likely to make money long. When bulls have the weakness, or when the bulls have the ball, I'm more likely to make money long. When the bears have the ball, based on this being the ball, I'm more likely to make money being short. Okay, go back and back check it, all that. I don't spend time doing that, so you can try it, AB. Sorry, I just, there are only so many hours in a day. I know myself and Doug and Ed, shit, we're tired by the end of the day. We don't have time for that kind of stuff. Learn to read the chart, learn to read the tools. Let's see, Ron, why do you combine T2123 with UVXY? Because I want to see if fear is building in the market. You could use VIX if you want. I just like UVXY because I trade UVXY. You can use the VIX here. I just want to see if there is fear building in the market. Folks in the trading room have heard me say this, okay? All right, let's look at these two windows. Let's see, green. If we are moving up bullishly here, and this is moving up bullishly, look out, folks. get out of the way. That can't happen. It will not happen for very long. You'll get a few bars, but boy, I'll tell you what, back up. Don't be standing in the road, because something has got to give. These two indicators cannot go in the same direction. They cannot. So, if I see that this is holding ground and the VIX is moving up, then I start watching really close. Who's going to take control? Is the VIX going to move up? Because if the VIX moves up, that's fear in the market. If the VIX moves up, that's good for the bears, not so good for the bulls. So you can watch this and watch VIX over here, T2123 over here, and when you watch it enough, you'll see where if they start moving the same direction, up or down, back up. Just hold on, because that cannot last. And that means there's going to be a winner. And you've got to decide, is the winner going to be the bull or the bear? So you're going to have to watch things really close. And that's where I use those two together. Good question, thanks. I haven't talked much about that tonight. But that's how I use UVXY there. Let's see here. Sarah's asking if it works for options as well. Whether you trade stock or whether you trade options, it doesn't matter. You're looking for one or two things. It does not matter what you're looking for. You're either looking for the chart to move down, or you're looking for the stock to move up. All this does is for the chart. So take VAL, for instance. If you like the chart, and the chart being here, then this right here or this right here is just going to help you make that determine whether you want to trade this or not. The point I'm trying to make is it's got nothing to do with options. It has nothing to do with anything. It's just a chart. Just a chart, Sarah, okay? So if you're trading this long, buying calls on it, then you want this to be doing whatever it needs to be doing to give you the edge that you're right. Okay? Yeah. Let's see here. Where are we? Summarizing. You use the 15-minute. Really, Dana, I don't use this for entry. No. What I use this for is more confirmation. Do the bulls have the ball, or do the bears have the ball? Right here. Let's do this. Based on what you see right here, who has the ball? The bulls or the bears? Who has the ball right here? The bulls or the bears? Who has the ball right there? The bulls or the bears? Who has the ball right here? The bulls have the ball, the bears have the ball, the bulls have the ball, the bears have the balls. So I don't use it for entry. I use the chart for entry. This just tells me, am I right to be going long, or am I right to be going short? And if I choose to go long when this is, say, like this bear right here, then I need to make that choice, and I need to ask myself, do I really want to do this? Now, I may have a reason. It's never a good one, I assure you. Never a good reason. But if I'm going to do it, at least I have to acknowledge I'm going against the power. I got to tell you, Sean G showed me this, and it took me forever. I don't know, 6 months or so. Long time. Before I even uttered a word to anybody in the trading room. Because I was an indicator hater. And I just, there's no way an indicator is going to help me. I have proved that indicators, they're horrible. for me anyway, until I finally let this thing in. And I finally, okay, we'll give it a try. And I slowly came around to it. So I guess I'm not an indicator hater anymore. Let's see. Chuck, is the 15-minute chart T2120 showing new highs and new lows for 4 weeks? Or it's doing it for the time frame, for the 15-minute period is what it is. And it's taken the group, okay? It's taken the group, Chuck. Trader checker. Yeah, taking the group. Let's see. Can you code? I don't know, JP. I don't use TOS. I don't know. There are plenty enough people in the trading room that use TOS, and I believe if somebody would have found it, they would have shared the code with us. But like I said, if somebody can try, please do. Please share it. I would love to share it with people. Please share it with people. Just like I'm sharing this. Whatever it takes to help traders. So if somebody comes up with it, please share. Let's see. I think he has color-coded the candlesticks crossing. Yeah, the green dots, red dots are very different than the TC2123. Those are two different tools. The green and red dots, that's just the 17 exponential moving average that we cleverly made the red and green dots. It's two separate. For instance, I can do this. There you go. Maybe that's what I should have done. Oh, wait a minute. Or is this, am I using the T line? Maybe I've been saying the 17 all this time and yeah, shit. Sorry, folks. I've been saying the 17, it's a T line down here. So there you go. There, it's just a moving average is all it is. Doggone it. I've been saying the 17 this whole time, and that's the T line there, the 8 exponential. My bad. I'm so sorry for that. But all it is a moving average. Let's see. Make sure it's 1010, yeah. On the screen is not, thanks T. What does the gizmo? That's another webinar, Hawk. That's another webinar. That one cost you money right there. The gizmo up there. Gizmo 2 and Gizmo 3. Yeah, that's a different webinar. In TOS, you can use the 17 and you'll get similar trend. You'll get the trend indicator. That's all the trend indicator is, Raj. It's the 17 exponential moving average. Okay. All right, everybody. Enough with the moving averages. Enough with all that. It's pretty simple. It really is. Let's see, Rick. Have you tried? Nope. I don't like Heikin-Ashi candles. I don't like those. I don't use them. I encourage you to try it, though. Okay. On T2123, it looks like trend indicators were. No, okay, Carol, T2123 is the SPY or the whole market. I don't really know, Carol, tell you the truth. Really don't know. Let's see here. Do you have to have TC2000 Platinum? I don't think so, Polo. I can't imagine why. I just use TC2000. Yeah. No, Platinum's not needed. Thank you, Trader Sid. Appreciate that. Not sure it still works, but there's the coupon. There you go. There's a link for TC2000. Do you say divergence between? No, I don't. I don't, Jim. I don't. When I'm trading, let me give you an example here. Let's see. I bought CX today. I had to go look, see what I bought. I bought CX today. That's all that's all I need is that chart. Now, I eliminated everything down here so I couldn't see it. Why did I buy this chart? Because it's doing exactly what I wanted to do. It's got a low to a high to a higher low to a higher high to a higher low, and I'm betting. Here's another thing that a lot of people don't like to say, and that is betting. Well, that's exactly what we're doing. We're betting. I'm betting that it's going to go higher, and if I'm wrong, I've got my stop in place. I'm predicting this is going to go higher. And if I'm wrong, I've got my stop in place. I'm buying this chart because we went up and we pulled back and we're going up again. I bought this chart because we've got a nice little trend up and a nice little flag pullback right to the T line. We've got a morning star signal. It looks to me like it's going up. So I'm going to bet this. You don't need any other indicators to do that. I don't need any kind of divergence. I don't need any kind of whiz bang, anything. It's right here. So all I'm doing is I'm adding the idea of who's got the ball. Where is the power? Is the power with the bulls or is the power with the bears? And that's what this indicator tells me. So remember when we talked about that 4 points of should you be in this trade, yes or no? Well, remember the market. We've already established the market's bullish. Is the chart bullish? Is it a setup that you like? Does it look like it's going to go up to you? Are you willing to bet your money on this chart? Does the T2123 say that the bulls have the power? Is UVXY going in the direction you want it to be going in? There's my trade, right there. I held Amazon today. Why did I hold Amazon? Because the T2123 was doing the right stuff. The market is doing the right stuff. UVXY is doing the right stuff. Amazon is doing the right stuff. Double bottom, low to a higher low. The trend indicator is green. We're above the 50-period moving average. This is a rounded bottom breakout. I'm betting that it's going to go higher, and if not, I have a stop. I'm predicting it's going to go higher, and if not, I have a stop. I am not predicting that it's going to go to 190. I'm predicting that it makes a simple swing, a little simple swing. That's all I'm after. Okay? Keep it simple. It just doesn't get any simpler than this right here. I can't make it any more simple. And God knows I've tried. I really have. Okay? I hope that helped. I hope that kind of maybe tied some things together. Let's see here. Where am I? I came in a little late. Hello, Sylvia on T2123 to predict the short-term future. I'm using on the 15-minute time frame. Yes, mostly the 15, sometimes the hourly. Kyle, if I change the time frame on either one of these, the other one automatically changes. Yes. See how they both change? And you do that on TC2000. You see it right there? They kind of hide it. I don't know why they put it there. I don't know why they didn't put it over here. But nevertheless, it's over here. You just make that the same color, and that'll work for you. Maybe correlation to the SPY or the trend. All this does is show who's got the power. I don't overthink it. I can't stress this enough. Okay? Please, pretty please, I'm begging you. Don't Do not run out and think you've got a crystal ball tomorrow. Take 30 days, put it on your chart, and just prove it to yourself. Pretty please, I'm begging you, just prove it. Just prove, and I look. I know this is. I'm not an accountant. God knows I'm not an accountant. I'm not an engineer. I'm honest to gosh. I'm a Dodge dealership wrench. That was where my profession was. I'm a wrench. I'm a grease monkey. That's my profession in my past life. I don't care what accountants are trying to figure something out here. Engineers are ripping this apart because they have got to know this one little thing. Oh my God, don't kill yourselves. Just put it on the chart. Do not trade it. Just follow it. Prove it to yourself. Who cares about anything else in the background? You're looking at a chart, and I need more water. Here we go. Thanks. Just prove it to yourself. All you want is, and I'm going to move this back over the 15-minute. What you want is this moving bullishly. If you want to buy bullish. If you want to buy bearish, if you're going to buy a bearish chart, I don't know, let's see. What does Dish look like? You know, if you want to buy Dish short, you can buy Dish short, or you can wait till this is in your favor. That's all it is. You're just looking at that page right there. Nothing else matters to me. Nothing at all. Just this right here. And I'm sorry I'm so simple about it. I apologize that I'm seriously adamant about don't overcomplicate trading. Don't overcomplicate it. Anyway, please, pretty please. Okay. VIX and UVXY, they're pretty much the same thing, yeah. Pretty much. In TOS, I have used a 2-week high-low, superimpose on each of them by the following. There you go. Thanks, Emma. Emma, maybe you TOS users, take that code. I hope that works. I truly, truly do. Okay. KG, you've tested the T2123. Is that what you say? Man, thank you if that's what you mean. Thank you. It gives you confidence in the market direction. Yes. Yes. JP, I use moving averages to gauge direction in the market. I use pretty much the same ones, close enough anyway, and stack them for confirmation. I think you got it. I think you got it, yeah. And this is not for everybody, this T2123. Yeah. On T2123 to predict short-term future, are you using the daily or the 15-minute time frame? 15-minute. And that helps me predict the daily chart. Okay. Thanks, Emma. Again, please, TOS users, snag that. Emma, super thank you for your kindness out there. Appreciate that. Let's see. I will give a shot. Please do, Hawk, because I know, yeah, please do. Let me know, okay? Let's see. You know if you can use a TOS valve. Looks like pop out of the box to me. Where to go? 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 Yeah, you can call that a pop out of the box if you want. I'm not going to call it a pop out of the box, but you can. I don't care what you call it. You can call it monkeys in a tree if you want. It's a bullish chart. Yeah, to me, that's not a pop out of the box. To me, that's a cradle pattern or a flag. But like I say, let's see. Why did you not buy CX when it for across the 8? Seriously, Gary? I don't know. Why didn't I pick up? I don't know. No, I'm serious. Serious. I bought it right here because that's where I bought it. Take care, Hawk. See you later. Kyle, but you keep it at, wow. Yes, Kyle, 15 minute. 15 minute right here. Don't complicate it. I trade off the daily chart. This stays on 15 minute 99% of the time. Right here. My UVXY stays right with this. Okay, do not let me drive the train. Let's see. I did it for 6 months. It works. Yeah, this works. It's amazing. Yeah. Yeah, it truly is. All right, I'll tell you what. Before we go, let's run through some charts really super fast. Okay? And to do this, I'm going to go over to this chart because this is truly my favorite chart right here. I just like looking at that nice clean chart. Take a look at Repel, R-E-P-L-L, right there. Nice bullish chart. Real nice bullish chart. Take a look at LABU. Look how we're starting to break out right through here. Break out right in here. Look at the J hook that it's setting up. Take a look at TJ Maxx. Look at TJ Maxx. Nice big rally up. Here we strolled to the right, catching up to the 50-period moving average. Nice little bullish candle today. We've already looked at Val. Here's ALF. Remember to take a look at earnings. Watch earnings. Look at AFL. CAT. Again, watch earnings coming up 31st. Nice, beautiful trend. Nice little pullback. Excellent looking chart. TLT. There's some targets. 109, 110, 112, 113. That one's too high. So there's some targets for swing trade. TCOM. TCOM. Nice, beautiful trend. Great little pullback here. We start to see a breakout. That looks like money to me. Put a stop in. Put a stop in on all of them. Boeing. Take a look at Boeing. Fantastic looking chart. Beautiful trend. Earnings tomorrow. What happens to a stock like this? Take Boeing, and let's say tomorrow Boeing does great and it closes up here. So what you do is you put this on your watch list and you patiently wait till it pulls back. What if it doesn't pull back? What if it moves up again? That's okay. Patiently wait till it sets up. Patiently wait. If you look at Boeing and it pops up and you say to yourself, man, I wish I would have bought Boeing, that's the chart you want on your watch list. Any chart you say, I wish I would have bought this. If you wish you would have bought this down here, put it on your watch list today. ORA, nice little pop to the upside, pull back. We're holding above the 50-period moving average. AEM, nice. AEM, we broke out. We're up 4 bars. I'd pump the brakes just a tiny bit. Let it pull back. Once again, if you wish you would have bought AEM back here, put this one on your watch list. How do we know that it's not going to go up more? The trend is a trend is a trend. And it will stay a trend till it's no longer a trend. CX, I bought this today. I bought it today because of the nice bottom off the 50-period moving average. And you can see the bullish W pattern. We broke out to a high, pulled back to a higher low, broke out to a high, and pulled back. Let me get rid of all this for a second. You see that chart, that candle? If you're strumming strolling through the charts and you see a chart like that and you say, darn, I wish I would have bought that right here, that's the chart you want on your watch list right here. Wait and let it pull back. WPM. That's crazy to me. That's crazy. This is big on my list. Foot Locker. Look at Foot Locker. Rally up. Nice little pullback. We're starting to move up. If you're afraid of that resistance, no problem. Wait till it breaks out. Wait till it breaks out. Wait for the pullback. How come I'm not looking at any short charts? Somebody might be asking. What's short about that chart right there? Not a doggone thing. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. This can be horribly short tomorrow. But today, it's not. Okay, so I'm just trading the chart. I'm going to go look at this chart. This is my favorite chart of all right here. It tells me the direction that I want to trade. When the white line is above the dots, the white line is nothing more than the T line. That's the 8 exponential moving average. When it's above the dots are going to be green. That's the chart I want to trade long. When it does this, this is what I want to trade short. This is when I want to trade long. This to me is probably the best chart that I have right here. Absolutely the best. What else do we have? We have a few more. Not many. Where is it? Where did I go? Lost my place. Cat, Del, Tucom, or AEM, CXW, Foot Locker, PDD. Look at that. Beautiful chart. Absolutely fantastic. Resistance. Pull back. Get another running start. We broke out, and now we're just walking the line right there. Excellent, excellent chart. I know a couple of people that went long this today. Oracle. Oracle was one of those today that got caught in that weird pre-market whatever happened, and it had this long wick on it. Now, I know that was done because of the pre-market or the early morning snafu today. I know that. Excuse me, I need more water. Whew, getting thirsty. The problem is I couldn't unsee it. It was there until tonight, and they must have fixed everything. So I couldn't unsee this. But if this chart, and I told everyone in the room, I couldn't buy it because I couldn't unsee this. But if that wasn't there, I think I would have bought Oracle today. So now what I'm hoping, cross my fingers just a little bit, what I'm hoping is it just slides sideways enough to give me an entry. And that would be enough right there. And I'll even go for a little higher. Oracle. No. BBIGen. This is another nice chart. Look how we've made a low to a high to a higher low. Morningstar. We're breaking out above the 50 period moving average. 2 thumbs up chart. PAAS. Beautiful trend. Look at that sideways consolidation right here. That's nothing but sideways consolidation. Excellent. FIVN is setting up. Boom, 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 boom. FNV. Beautiful. What would Sean say about this one today? Gold cookie. You got your gold, and there's your Fig Newton cookie right in there. Anyway, that's probably enough for now. Okay. Look, everyone, thank you so much for being here. I absolutely appreciate it. If there's any takeaway tonight, if you want to try that T2123, practice it. Don't just run out and think you found some super miracle for tomorrow. All it is to help you with with where the power is. That's all it is. It's just to help you where the power is. Whether you should be trading long and trading short. If there's any other takeaway tonight, which I haven't really talked about it at all, just follow the charts. Just follow the charts. That's all. I know there's this, here's something I ask the members all the time right here. Have we found the bottom? Is this the bottom? I can't tell you if it is. In fact, if somebody says absolutely yes, they're wrong. They can't say that. If they say absolutely no, they can't say, you know what? I take that back. They can say that. And members, you know that I'm going to ask this, and I want all your honesty during the day. I look for that, so thank you. But anytime somebody says, is this, yes, this is the bottom, or no, it's not the bottom, it's just an opinion. That's all it is. It's just an opinion. You know, if you listen to all whoops, turn this back on. If you listen to all the talking heads and all the news and all the junk you listen to, you can draw a line here. Half the group, I probably shouldn't have made that red, probably should have made it blue, right here. If you just listen to all the talking heads, listen to everything, and you do. Don't anyone tell me you don't, you do. If you open an email and read it, if you're any other trading room, if you listen to me, you're listening. So everybody listens. Half of everybody is green and half of everybody is red. It's just a freaking opinion. There's not a soul in the world can guarantee that that is a bottom or is not. Not a soul. So, what I say is just follow the chart. Be bullish, be bearish. What is that chart telling you to do right now? What is it when it's red like this? What is it telling you to do? So please, just follow the chart, okay? All right, I need to get out of here, everybody. Thank you very, very much. Have a wonderful, wonderful evening. Thank you for putting up with me tonight, most of all. I do appreciate that. We'll see everybody. Oh, yeah. Almost forgot. Remember, the Hit Run Candlesticks trading room is still open to the public tomorrow. We'll turn it off tomorrow night, but you can still get in tomorrow if you would like to, okay? Thank you, everybody. We'll see you there, hopefully. If not, we'll see you next time. Take care.